Friends, this is our last evening, as you know, of this retreats session. And I should, if I may, like to draw together one or two threads pertinent to our practice and our purpose. Somewhere along the line, it is relevant to ask, why do we come? What are we doing? What are our intentions? And our rational mind will offer, no doubt, a number of answers, speculative answers, some of them, because we're really in a fortunate position if we know why we have come, what we are doing, what is happening. What have we come for? Have we come for education? If that's our motive, then it's a strange approach indeed to educational objectives. Have we come for entertainment? If we have, I must confess, the scope of Babington's jokes and Simon's mime have limited usage. Have we come for fitness of body or relief of mind? I wonder. Is the conscious mind capable of assessing correctly what the deeper motivation of its own being consists of? Is the conscious mind capable of knowing the impulses of the Purush, the creative truth within, inherent in the soul? We are drawn sometimes by a process of subtle attraction, like unto like, which is not always understood. And when a meeting point occurs, there may be a certain impact of recognition. Our underlying instinct or intuition is a subtle level of intelligence, active beyond the conscious mind, that draws us to creative levels of experience and expression. There is an ancient and familiar verse from the Upanishads which in fact sums up the whole quest of all the great traditions. You know it, I know it, it bears repetition. It is a glowing element in an activity such as ours, as it would be in many, many other contexts. Lead us, O Lord, from the unreal to the real, from darkness into light, from death to immortality. From the unreal to the real. This presupposes a process on our part of active participation with the evolutionary impulse inherent in nature, and most especially within this unique organism which is the human soul, which is oneself, for which we are responsible, which we by our past acts have brought into fruition at this time of our existence. We are the totality of everything that has gone before. And this is our responsibility. This is the fruit of our past action. This is the culmination of our past karma, which is casting its projections intensively into the remote future. What we do now has direct bearing on what we shall experience in the future. And what we shall experience in the future is profoundly related to the psychophysical structure through which we know that experience. Lead us, Lord, from darkness into light. Darkness is a relative term. The darkness exists essentially within, because our consciousness and therefore our understanding is incomplete. Our consciousness is fragmented. It is fragmented from the light within. It is fragmented from the heaven level that is the source of all things. And because of that, we see darkness as that which is the area we inhabit. We see around us, we experience darkness because we have momentarily lost our roots in the light. Some have wondered why there is a certain interest in that most ancient of revealed texts, the Rig Veda. The Rig Veda is the source of so much. It is the source of the earliest known teaching of Purush, the cosmic soul, of which the individual soul is a microcosmic reflection. It is the source of the original teaching of Soma, the elixir, the ambrosia, it is the source of the teaching of fire. Fire is obviously the symbol of spirit living and active in earth. Perhaps it's more than that. To the Zoroastrian, fire is a sacred element to be revered, which has an inner meaning, which is an inner reality. One of the revelatory things we can read that has been born in our century is the prophet, mystic and scientist Teilhard de Chardin writing on fire. Fire descending into the earth through the agency of the true priest. Fire animating a consecrated cup and its contents, enlivening, transforming, transmuting. We live in the age, I firmly believe, for what it's worth, when the time of the Guru is past. The time of the priest is past. The special person who is the guide. The special person who reveals the way and we follow. We are beginning to enter the age of the priesthood of man, in which every human being is potentially a priest. A priest is one in whose psychophysical formation the earth is a living entity, and in whose psychophysical formation a power of heaven is an active entity. The true priest, which is the human being, is this fusion of heaven and earth, the culmination of evolution on our planet, the pinnacle of intelligence that Earth, in her participation in the great dance of the cosmos, has yielded up. And man is such a mystery, from barbarian to Buddha. And yet within every living human being there is the truth, there is the potentiality, there is the realization that here, within ourselves, within our living experience, there is the reality of the priesthood, the linking of heaven and earth. There is a Taoist saying, an alchemical saying, when the tiger of the heart meets the dragon of the earth, reality is known, the truth occurs. Moksha. It is a matter of integration, a matter of bringing together the parts of the whole. Transformation is a matter of the fire within, fusing with the waters of the earth. When fire and water unite, there is what the ancients called in the Rig Veda Agni Somao, the fiery juice, the fiery water, the fiery fluid, the elixir. I shall give you living water. Having drunk, you will thirst no more. I come to spread fire over the earth. Fire, of course, in the interior dimension. Fire as the power of being. Fire as the sun of life. We have reflected more than once, haven't we, on this word hara. Hara, which in Japanese literally means belly, is the power center, the fire center, the strength and stability center. Hara is also the center of Manipura, Manipura chakra, the element of which is fire. Hara is one of the names of Shiva. And Shiva, in the tantric system, is associated with the element of fire, purifying fire. Shiva the destroyer, that is, the destroyer of limitation, the destroyer of darkness. Shiva, the Lord of the yogis, is the Lord of fire. What is this fire? The ancient Vedic fire sacrifice took place on mountaintops. And particularly in Iran, there were these fire temples high in the mountains where the fire was ever burning. where the light was ever visible within the darkness. I wonder if that influenced the opening of St. John's Gospel. And the fire shines in the darkness. The darkness did not overcome it. There is an ancient legend that on the hill of Arunachala, where the great sage Ramana lived in this century, that at some remote time of prehistory, Shiva manifested as fire. I wonder, what happens? What did happen when Shiva manifested as fire? No doubt, in the course of the fire sacrifice of the Vedic initiates. What was this manifestation of Shiva in fire, through fire? A manifestation that caused fire to be born in the waters, and the waters then to yield the triumph of evolution on this planet. The child that is born of the waters, the Saviour. For what it's worth, I don't claim it's worth very much, friends. When the human mind attunes itself to the element of fire, physiological changes occur. Temporally, but in a certain sense, a subtle sense, permanently. It is a well-attested fact that corporeal matter can defy gravity, seemingly of its own volition. The jargon word is telekinesis. It's of little significance, beyond noting in passing that it does happen. Occult tricks have very little significance. It can happen, it is said, even with the human body. Levitation is said to occur. That it has occurred, personally, I don't doubt. Whether it occurs on the scale and in the context so widely alleged at the present time, I'm exceedingly dubious. Changes can occur. Fire can be touched and fire will not burn. This is known. When Francis of Assisi was having his eyes cauterized, he prayed, "Brother fire, be kind to me." And the fire was kind. Through fire and through water, a transcendental reality can manifest if our consciousness is attuned to enable it to do so. The linking of the human ego with the earth is the fire of life within the earth. In Hebrew, hara means life fire, conception. The birth of life, the fire of life into the earth. Man himself is the priest of fire. Man carries within himself the power of fire, and every human being has the potentiality to know that fusion of heaven and earth as a living reality. And this must be the object of our yoga. The other night there was some little discussion about faith. What is faith? And we discussed along the lines that faith is not the dictionary definition, which would suggest an irrational belief in the absurd. Faith is a dynamic quite other than that. Quite other. I think we've known each other long enough, friends, to appreciate each other's oddities, our funny little ways. Definitely, I do not talk about experiences. And if you wish to put Babington to flight, you will broach the subject of experiences. I remember on one of our retreats, an American lady said, "Will you talk to us about your pilgrimage, your personal pilgrimage?" Definitely that was not on. A well-known yoga teacher said to me some time ago, "So glad to have met you. Now we can share experiences." I was obliged to confess I didn't have any. Though of course we all have some sort of experience, don't we? We all have some sort of experience. The great Vivekananda was once on a boat going through the Aegean in the dead of night, and he had a strange vision of a venerable figure in white, which said to him, "We are near the island of Crete. Where Christianity began." And the figure talked to Vivekananda about the Essenes and the Therapeutae. Vivekananda went on deck and asked one of the ship's staff where they were, and was told, "We are just a short distance from the island of Crete." One of the conundrums in the history of the spiritual development of the human race is the role of the Essenes. It has caused much speculation. An Essene master who said this. He spoke in symbols. He said, "Follow the star. Through faith, the sun of life. The door is rusted with age. Open it not suddenly, or the darkness will cause you much fear. Open it gently. And in the darkness you will see great beauty." Zoroaster was the living star. And faith is the sun of life. The radiation of transforming intelligence into the region of our denser, darker being, enlivening, transforming, bringing rebirth. Faith is the sun of life. It's not an intellectual exercise. It is a penetrating reality. The suffusion of the cloud of unknowing that is within us. The suffusion of the cloud of unknowing with the light of the fire of spirit, the sun of life. Follow the star. Through faith, the sun of life. and you will know, you will see great beauty.